Welcome everybody, and thank you for joining us today. I'm here with Bart, and we're going to just ask him some questions about COVID-19 and what's been going on for him, and how he's dealing with it, and if he's got any advice for us as well. So I've got some questions that I'm going to ask you, Bart.
Yeah.
And I'm looking forward to hearing your answer.
Thanks for having me.
No worries, you're welcome. Hey, so we know your name, but who are you, and how do you normally fill your day? What do you normally get up to?
So who am I? I am Bart, but
Yep.
for Susan Martin, my name is Craig.
Nice.
And how do I fill my day? I work at Emmanuel College, which is one of the local private schools down the bay, and I look after 170 kids in a boarding house. So I start at 6 o'clock, I get up at 5:30 in the morning, and I finish at about 11, and then sometimes back at 3 and finish at 10:30 at night, or sleep over and finish at 6:30 the next morning. So it's hectic, but I love all the kids and their various backgrounds, international, overseas, Indigenous, from year 7 to year 12.
Must be a lot of fun.
It is a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Maybe sometimes a little bit too much fun, but it's good, and it's great to help develop these kids. I say to these kids, it's not, teachers are there to help you through school, I'm there to help you through life. So as far as their grades go, I don't really care all that much, but if they leave the boarding house a better person, like a great young man or a great young woman, then my job's done. So, yeah.
So in a way, you're kind of providing a home away from home for that student.
Yes,
Yeah.
yeah. So I play like a big brother role or a uncle for Indigenous kids. They call me Uncle Bart, which is great. Yeah, like the parental role, like discipline, study, have some fun, someone to chat to,
Yeah.
any issues. Yeah.
Oh, cool. So schools have been shut down in some places, and they're starting to go back now, but how's COVID-19 changed your world?
It's changed my world a lot. So, in fact, it's changed my world and my wife's world. So we've both been stood down, which implies we're still employed. We still accrue our leave and entitlements that we would normally get. However, because all the kids are at home, there's no work for us. So we have been stood down, which means we are employed, but we're not getting paid, and there's no work. So for this term, for term 2, we are essentially jobless.
Okay.
So it's affected our world in a major way. So if anyone's looking for a fine, upstanding young man to work for your company, I'll forward you my email address. But yeah, so it's impacted our world in a major way. And Lacey as well, being home. Although she's now back at school, thank goodness, because I don't think she wanted me to homeschool her, which I can understand. So yeah.
So what about you personally? That's your world as in your job and stuff like that, but what about you personally? Is it your thought patterns, your spirit? How's COVID-19 affected you in that way? Or what changes have you noticed since that?
I don't do time off well. I never have. Holidays aren't my greatest time. I love being around people. This COVID thing has killed me as far as that goes. I can't do isolation. Yeah. So the fact that I'm not as outgoing as I want to be, I've had a few sneaky visits from people. Not naming any names, but our core officers have paid us a visit. That's helped, but I don't do holidays well. School holidays are 2 weeks, and that's more than enough time for me to have off. So this time that I've had off now, including the Christmas breaks as well, is murder. Like I've got to be doing something, I need people, and the Dean will attest to that. Like it's just, like I can't sit still.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah. No, that's cool. When Bart says sneaky visits, by the way, we have done everything by the law, and it's been okay. So
It has been.
Yeah, we are playing it an A game there, just to let everybody know. Hey, as you've just said, Bart, you know, your ministers come to visit you, which is us. So you're a member of our church, and you're quite heavily involved here with music team and you know, and all that sort of stuff. and getting involved in the church. And so I'm just wondering, how's your relationship with Jesus changed during this time? Has there been a change and drawn you closer? Do you feel like you're pushing away? What without those mass gatherings, what's your personal relationship with Christ been like?
I don't think my personal relationship with Christ has changed all that much. Like, YouTube's a wonderful thing. Like, every now and then you'll find a good worship song or something that you just listen to, and I think it just reminds me that He's still there.
Yep.
I don't have physical people around me. I mean, apart from my wife and my daughter, but He never changes, and He's by my side throughout all this, and He's by everyone's side throughout all this. And I think we need to, sometimes this is a great opportunity for us to perhaps find Him. So I think my relationship hasn't changed. If anything, it's probably stronger because He's the only one I've got to talk to at the moment. So yeah.
Yeah, it's good. No, fair enough. Some advice for us? You're always willing to give me some advice in terms of what we should or shouldn't be doing. What do you got? You got some advice for the rest of the world as to handle this pandemic time? And
well, I'm not handling it all that well, so I don't know if I've got any advice. But
what about some encouragement?
Well, keep going, because the end is in sight. Yeah. I think we're as a nation and as a state, I think we've handled this pandemic quite well compared to other countries. And I think our leaders have led us well, both as far as our politicians go, and our pastors go, and our bosses. Everyone's trying really hard, so give people a break. Yeah.
No, cool. All right. Well, thank you, Bart, for coming and having this little chat with us, and I'll look for some jobs for you to do to keep you busy.
No worries, mate. Thanks.